You're going to learn a great deal about the ARC's advocacy and what becomes possible when people with intellectual and developmental disabilities are given a chance to set and achieve their goals. I'd now like to introduce you to a young man who, with the help of the ARC's advocacy, is doing just that. So we'll watch a video.
Garrett's dad and I decided to have another child. I had a totally normal pregnancy. The delivery was just very fast. He had the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck. He was classified as developmentally delayed. He had a seizure, his first seizure, when he was 6 years old. About a year later, he started having about 5 or 6 grand mal a day. He's controlled with medication, so he's not having seizures now. I got involved with the ARC when Garrett was about 17 years old. And it was a training on how you transition from high school into adult life. The ARC has helped us overall to get that support and that training that we need to be able to help our children in the future. A path plan is all about what that individual wants to have in the future, not what somebody else wants them to have. He decided that he didn't want to live with mom anymore. He wanted to be more independent.
What I like about the PATH plan is it helps me to do what I want to do in my life. Like I want to get an apartment or go to Africa and also maybe get married. From that first PATH plan, I learned how to cook and shop so I can live on my own.
Garrett is currently 26 years old, so he's been on his own for 2.5 years.
I live in a house with my brother, not living with my mom. There's not much bossing around.
Garrett is doing everything from volunteering at a church to working, taking RTD, doing more than I ever thought that he was going to be able to do.
I've been working at the thrift store. I do donations, hanging clothes, and organizing books. I love my job because the people I work with are pretty nice. And getting a check is pretty good too. I'm saving my money so I can go to Africa. Maybe someday I want to be a safari person. The ARC will help me accomplish my goals.
The ARC has given Garrett a lot of opportunities. They have helped him advocate for himself, and I believe that he will travel to Africa like he wants to. And he might even have a family if he chooses to. The ARC has been part of his life since he was 17 and will continue to be part of his life. Garrett will know that he can always call them and ask for questions and for guidance, even if I'm not in the picture anymore. They are giving so many opportunities and helping so many people become independent and reaching those goals that they want to reach in their lives.
It is truly my pleasure to introduce you all to Garrett. Thank you for being here. I've gotten to know Garrett over the last couple of years. We've had some really fun times together. This is not the first time, Garrett, that you are standing before a room full of people, is it?
No, it isn't.
You want to tell them the last time you were in front of a room of over 300 people?
It was in Chicago a few years ago, and I talked about employment in front of 500 people.
And he was fantastic. So it's true. Garrett and I traveled to Chicago for an employment conference, and he was a speaker at the opening session, and he shared his experiences and gave some incredible helpful hints. And he was the star. The whole rest of the conference, it didn't matter where we went. People were like, Garrett, oh my gosh, You know, and we did all the Chicago sites. We had pizza, we're at the restaurant. Look, it's Garrett. I want to talk to Garrett. But we did have some fun too, right? You want to tell them all the fun stuff you and I did in Chicago?
We went to the Navy Pier. We went to the Sky Deck. And then
It was scary.
then we ate some Garrett's popcorn.
How cool is that? We're in Chicago, we're walking down the street, and you smell this popcorn, and it's Garrett's popcorn. So we said, we have to have Garrett's popcorn, right?
Yeah.
It's great. So you are living on your own. Not so many rules, Mom, right? You've got a job that you really like, and you've got a really busy social calendar. What's next for you, Garret?
I'm going to be on the board of ARC.
Yeah. So yes, Garret is one of our 2013 board candidates. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen next in your life. You are just a shining example of what can happen when, given the chance, young individuals can achieve their dreams. So proud of you, and I really can't wait to see those pictures of Africa. You going to show me that? So yeah. So thank you, Garret.